Today we're heading to a place that symbolizes what winter season is all about, Grey County, Ontario. On our venture, we'll take you all over the county to share the many activities and beautiful landscapes that made this a trip to remember. Without fail, when winter settles on Grey County, several inches to several feet of snow come with it. The county itself is located in Georgian Bay snowbelt, guaranteeing pristine weather conditions for great outdoor activities. Well, we're here in Grey County, ready to start our winter adventure today. I'm with Kim Meisen. You might remember Kim from our last trip up here. And we had a great time in the fall, but boy, have things changed. It's winter time up here, and it looks like you get a lot of snow. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing?
Great. Well, welcome back to Grey County. It's great to have you here. We are here on the top of Blue Mountain on the southern shores of Georgian Bay. You can actually see Georgian Bay in the distance. And that's where Grey County is located, right on the southern shores of Georgian Bay. While we're here over the next couple days, we're going to experience all the fun things we have here in Grey County. We are a Four Seasons destination. We're actually Ontario's premier Four Seasons destination, and we're going to try alpine skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, maybe even snowboarding. We're definitely going to snowmobile and do some dog sledding. These are some of the things you can do in Grey County. We are very proud to have almost 2,000 miles of snowmobile trails, and we're expecting a little bit of snow in the next couple days, so we're going to have the best conditions possible.
Kim informed us that something was going on all the time in Grey County. And we were to not only check out the sights, but to stop at the Georgian Cup snowmobile races and the Festival of Northern Lights. However, our first stop was on the slopes of the Niagara Escarpment at the Blue Mountain Resort, where we would check out the skiing conditions. Like many other present-day winter sports, skiing developed from a way of life into a form of recreation, sliding down pristine ski slopes as one of the nicest ways to enjoy the sport. We're here at Blue Mountain this morning, and it looks like quite a resort. It's really a beautiful day. The sun's shining for a change. It's not snowing today, and it looks like it's going to be a great day for skiing.
It is an excellent day for skiing. I've actually had 3 runs already this morning. Conditions are pristine. There's actually 34 runs here at the Blue Mountain Resort, and it's Ontario's largest alpine ski resort.
What kind of runs have we got? You say there's 34, but how do they break it down?
Well, they're everywhere from beginner, which would be a green dot, to double black diamonds. So there's conditions here for all levels of skiers.
Okay, good variety for everyone. Nice lodge that's here too, and there's motel facilities and everything. Actually, there's even more than that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see?
Actually, there is a new development here at Blue Mountain Resort. There are 6 new motels being built over the course of the next 10 years. 3 of them are actually built right now. And we'll be going into the village in a couple hours to see what is here. It's based on small town Ontario, and you're going to see a little bit of everything we have to offer in the development that's next door to where we are right now.
All right, and but you're going to start out and you're going to show us a little bit of skiing here, huh?
Well, I'm going to try.
Okay, well,
I'll
maybe
make
you can
some
do
tracks.
Something nice out there, huh?
I'll try not to fall down, but I'll make some tracks.
Okay, sounds good, Kim. Go for it. Blue Mountain is Ontario's largest resort. At 720 vertical feet and 2.5 miles wide, Blue Mountain is a snow sport paradise, providing skiers and snowboarders of all levels a wide variety of terrain. The resort is action-packed with 34 trails over 253 acres, ranging from beginning to double black diamond. It has 3 terrain parks, 3 half pipes including 2 super pipes, a snow tubing park, and 12 lifts including 4 high-speed chair lifts that move you up the hill fast. Blue Mountain not only has great downhill and cross-country ski areas, but also boasts its own village. We've seen a little bit of the skiing here, but there's a lot more to Blue Mountain than just the skiing. I'm with Jody Cook right now, and Jody is the promotions coordinator here. And Jody, there's Gosh, it looks like a downtown or something we've got here. What is it?
That's it. There's so much here to do at Blue. We are a Four Seasons resort, and although we see the snow behind us, that doesn't mean we're just a wintertime kind of fun place. We've got tons of commercial real estate here.
So people can really come up here for almost anything if they want to, then. Just
Absolutely.
a good vacation.
You certainly don't have to be a skier to come up to Blue Mountain. There's quite a bit to do. We also have some great nightlife and some great restaurants. An award-winning restaurant from some award-winning chefs right from here in Collingwood called Copper Blues. We're standing right in front of it. They've got a great menu of everything from Mediterranean to Thai to local food here in Collingwood. So there's some great things to choose from.
Moving on, we followed the Niagara Escarpment into an area known as the Beaver Valley, home to another of Grey County's ski attractions. The Talisman is a 4-star all-season resort. Like Blue Mountain, Talisman has slopes for beginners right on up to the more advanced skier. We spoke with Ian Craig of the Talisman Resort. Why don't you tell us a little bit about where the resort is located and what you've got here?
Excellent. Thanks, Tom. We are about 90 minutes north of Toronto, and basically it's straight up Highway 10 and about 5 minutes in from a little town called Flesherton. It's pretty cute, just very close by. And in terms of what we have here, we have a 4-season resort. Obviously, 95 guest rooms in the hotel with suites anywhere from, we can sleep up to 8 people, right down to a very small European-style suite where it only has a couple people. And obviously we have golf in the summertime and skiing in the winter.
Okay, now, how many different runs do you have down here for skiing?
Skiing, we have 21 runs, and that's anywhere from a beginner green circle run, so anyone who is first time never ever, it's a great spot to get started. And we also have some runs that are up to double black diamond, where people that have skied for some time and they want to challenge themselves. It's pretty fun.
Sculpted within the magnificence of the Beaver Valley, the ideal setting for a true Canadian winter experience, Talisman offers a distinctive spirit of adventure and excitement. Uncrowded slopes and a variety of terrain for all levels kept us smiling all day long. Talisman boasts Southern Ontario's second largest vertical for a public resort at 600 feet, serviced by 7 lifts and features 18 varied runs, snowmaking firepower, and 2 state-of-the-art terrain parks. Whether you're a veteran skier, boarder, or romancing the snow for the first time, Talisman will satisfy your need for snow. I got Kim going up here with me. Oh, and away I go.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, this is fun. Right on.
Hey, man. Even the boss gets to go, huh?
All good.
The Talisman Resort, like countless other locations in Grey County, has a spectacular view of the world-renowned Niagara Escarpment. The ridge stretches for a colossal 725 kilometers, which is approximately 450 miles. Standing next to the escarpment, one finds the view worthy of respect. Its vast beauty is enough to stay etched in the mind of anyone lucky enough to see it. Once we tore ourselves away from the escarpment, we headed for Owen Sound, where our evening would be filled with wonder as one of this area's biggest festivals was taking place. While waiting for darkness to set in, we stopped and talked with Barry about winter in Owen Sound. Well, Barry, I think the last time we were together, it was the fall time of the year.
That's right.
And I guess after fall comes winter. Boy, what winter we've got here.
It's here now.
It sure is. A lot of things go on here during the winter.
Sure.
Why don't you
Yep.
tell us about some of those?
Well, one of our most popular festivals is the Festival of Northern Lights, which is a winter light celebration. We actually won an award this year, a national award, and over 200 light displays are put up and sponsored by community groups in the downtown core. So it's kind of a celebration of Christmas, and there's shopping and all kinds of outdoor events that go along with that. So it's very, people have told us it's comparable to the Niagara Falls light show that goes on down there. We think it's got a little more community feel and that sort of thing, but it's that sort of display.
Volunteers upon volunteers helped to put the magnificent sight together using hundreds of thousands of dazzling lights, and the holiday cheer is extended to locals and tourists alike. Even though the brilliant lights can be seen clearly from the car, a stroll down the street is the best way to take in this incredible sight. Find out more about this event as well as other places we're visiting today by visiting our website at greatgetawaystv.com. It's been an incredible trip so far, but we were ready to get some sleep and prepare ourselves for the next day's adventure. The next morning, our trip took us north to a place known as Mountain Lake, where dog sledding will start today's agenda. As we neared the farm, we could hear the excited barks of dogs in the distance. We spoke with Richard Bailey, owner of the Singing Dogs Dog Sledding Adventures. We've got another beautiful morning here in Gray County. We got a lot of snow last night, which is going to work out good because we're going to be doing a little dog sledding today. The dogs are just starting up again here. You can hear them howling in the background. They're raring to go. I'm with Richard Bailey right now, and Richard, we're out here. We're on a lake. What lake did you say this was?
We're on Mountain Lake, which is up in the Gray County area of Ontario, and just about every day we take our dog sleds out on the trails. And today we're just going to give you a little run down one of the trails just to show you what it's about and show you how much fun we have up here every day in the winter.
Okay, now is this something that anybody can come up here and do?
Yeah, we have people come from all over. We have people come from just our nearby town 5 miles away. We have people come from the United States. We've got people come from Europe, one from Australia, and we're just getting going with it. We're just starting to realize that dog sledding is possible in Gray County, and it's taken off like crazy.
Okay, now what would a person expect when they come out here to do this?
Well, you can. What we try to do is we try to get people as involved as they want to be, and we try to get them harnessing the dogs and realizing that this isn't just a wagon ride. That these dogs have personalities and they love what they do, and it really gets the dogs and the people excited.
Okay, so why don't we then, first thing we need to do is get the dogs harnessed up then?
Right on. We'll go bring some dogs in.
Okay, sounds good. Richard informed us that in heavy snow conditions, he can take out a team of as many as 14 dogs, which are able to cover anywhere from 8 to 50 miles a day. Although we would only take out a 5-dog team today, Richard assured us that the dogs wouldn't get hot and that they could pull us easily. In fact, some of his dogs are even large and muscular enough to handle up to 1,000 pounds by themselves and have the ability to dislodge a toboggan from frozen ice. Even though it's a hard day's work, the dogs love what they do, and they're always raring and ready to go. Dog sledding is an activity that has transcended time and spanned across the ages. Thousands of years ago, Arctic residents began using dog sleds as a form of transportation, and the dogs themselves were attuned to hunting and running. Importantly enough, dogs also held close camaraderie with their masters. Eventually, in the early 1800s, dog sledding was depended on for medication, mail, and food delivery to rural northern communities. Soon enough, gold seekers and explorers began using sledding as a way to find their fortune in new lands. When more than one was heading in the same area with a similar goal, dog sled competition was sparked and a race to claim territory followed. Starting in the early 20th century, dog sledding was a celebrated sport used to reenact those pursuits for fame and riches. Its popularity is demonstrated by the famous annual Iditarod, a race in Alaska from Anchorage to Nome. For those of you who think you're rugged enough, Richard also has a rustic cabin for rent. But with a wood fire stove to keep you warm and no running water, you better be prepared to experience a life of years gone by. Dog sledding is a great way to enjoy the solitude of the outdoors, but if you're looking for something with a little more action, then our next stop should fit the bill. Leaving northern Gray County behind, we headed back to Owen Sound for some excitement of a different sort. Ever since the 20th century, people sought out different motorized ways to travel over the snow. Finally, in 1937, Canadian Joseph Armand Bombardier patented a vehicle that whisked across the snowy landscape. He named it the B7 Snowmobile. The concept of snowmobiling has taken off, and it's not just a mode of transportation. It can be recreational or even a sports event called snowcross. We're here in Owen Sound and we've stopped out. You might hear a little bit of noise. That's because we've got a snowmobile race going on in the background. It's actually snowcross. And Peter, why don't you explain a little bit about what snowcross is and what this whole event's about?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. The snowcross event is, I kind of relate it myself more that it relates to motocross racing. All right, it's jumps and bumps, and we've set up a course here, which you've had a look at. About a course takes about 40 seconds to go around, and there's jumps and bumps, double jumps, triple jumps, and these competitors are racing on that circuit. We got 10 guys at a heat, and of course the first man across the checkered flag that's what we're kind of looking for.
Now, how many different... The sport of snowcross can be easily compared to motocross, an activity which competitors race around a muddy track on dirt bikes. The only major differences are the vehicles and the tracks. In snowcross, snowmobilers race their vehicles around icy, snow-crested track. The sport has gained so much momentum, in 1998 it was added to the Winter X Games. There are now indoor and outdoor tracks, and snowcross is more popular than ever. It's a fun way for the whole family to enjoy a winter afternoon. When we were dog sledding at Richard Bailey's place, I mentioned a rustic cabin that you could stay in, if you thought you were tough enough. Well, now we're going to take it one step further when we visit a group of Boy Scouts who are winter camping. So tell us a little bit about what goes on during this thing.
Well, it's to make the boys be aware of what they have to do to be prepared. And we always kept saying the name of the game is how to stay dry. One of the things that features is that they do these competitions, fire lighting, log sawing, rope tying, a rescue mission that takes about an hour with a rescue sled. There's a competition for building the sled. You've seen these sleds around, eh?
Winter camping may seem intimidating, but professional guides help make it enjoyable and easy. Leaving Owen Sound behind, we headed to southwest Gray County, where we would spend the night at the Homestead Resort. We had big plans for snowmobiling the next day. After checking into our cabins, we enjoyed a savory meal in the restaurant, one of the many amenities that can be found here. Guests can unwind in the restaurant or sports bar, spend time being pampered in the spa, or enjoy the hot tub. After a wonderful night's rest, we suited up and ready for the ride.
Well, Gary, we had a great night's sleep here last night. We also had a big breakfast, and we were really ready to get on the trail. Nice thing is about coming up here, you have all three of the things I just mentioned. The places to stay, the restaurant people can eat at, and the snowmobile rentals. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about all that?
We try to make it a one-stop, all-inclusive destination for snowmobiling. We have the machines, we have the snowmobile suits, helmets, mitts, boots. They come with meals, breakfast and dinner, and accommodation, and the trail runs right through our golf course here, so everything is on site, so we package it under one price for everybody.
Well, the whole thing sounds exciting to me, especially getting out on these trails. So what do you say we jump on the sleds, we'll take you out and show you what it looks like.
Okay, I hope you enjoy it.
Snowmobiling in Gray County is ideal for any rider, experienced or amateur. The snowmobile ride can be personalized to anyone's preference, and at some places, like the Homestead, guides are offered free of charge. They can either point out some of the prime scenic spots perfect for nature lovers and photographers, or they can take guests on nice, lengthy excursions. We talked with our guide, Bob Atkins, and learned more about the trails.
We stopped here at one of the intersections out on the trail, and I'm with Bob Atkins, and Bob is being our guide out here. And it's always nice to come out here for the first time and have a guide with you, because you do learn a little bit about the trails that way. But Bob, the one thing I have noticed is that the trails are really well marked out here. Is it that way everywhere?
Oh yeah, it's so easy to get around out here. The trails are always nice and groomed, and it's a smooth ride once we get a nice base on the snowmobile trail, and it's a lot of fun.
I know too that, and one thing I'm really impressed about is the amount of snow we've got here. We are not far from southern Michigan right now. We're maybe 4 hours that it took us to get here. We're in a snow belt here in Gray County. What a beautiful place to be. Got a couple of snowmobiles coming by us right now. Gonna be a little noisy, but another thing too, I haven't noticed a lot of crowds out here, and that's made it really nice too.
Snowmobilers in Gray County will find trails that meander in and out of field and forest, exposing riders to the beauty nature holds during the crisp winter season. The maintainers of the trail only ask that guests stay on the trail, to not litter, to not chase the animals one might come in contact with, and to just respect one's surroundings. With a gray-blue sky and a white trail of ice before you, how can you resist the urge to hop on a snowmobile and let the trails take you to a new place and encounters?
This is the rest of our little group here. We've got Kim Eisen with us, of course Amanda too, and we're out here really enjoying the trail. I know I'm having a good time. How about you guys?
Oh, it is a great day for snowmobiling. We have got some incredible base here. We are in District 9 trail system, which is part of an overall Ontario trail system. All of our trails across Grey and Bruce counties are open right now, which is part of District 9. We have over 1,000 miles of trails here in the region, and we are just having exceptional conditions this year.
Oh boy, it has been great. I think it's been snowing ever since we got here. How much snow do you normally get?
Well, this is fairly typical of a winter here in Grey County. We are in the snow belt of Ontario, so we are one of the regions that always has snow. Most years we have the best trail conditions around the major city areas, and we're very close to the U.S. border.
One thing, there are really some scenic trails. I know that you've said that already, but I've got to say it too. You're in the hills, you're in the woods, you're going across a lot of open fields too. This is, of course, a farming county.
We've been having a great time in this trip, but we still had one more stop to make. It was back to the Blue Mountains for one of our favorite winter pastimes, snowshoeing. Located at the Collingwood Scenic Caves Natural Preserve on the highest point of the Niagara Escarpment, the Blue Mountain Nordic Center offers both snowshoeing and cross-country skiing at its finest. At the Nordic Center, we were greeted with a roaring fire and a bowl of chili to warm us up. Once our stomachs were full and our bodies rested, we strapped on our snowshoes and trekked out into the newest blanket of snow. We went out with Chris Westbrook, our snowshoeing guide. Though many beaten trails were available to us, we wandered off the pass and through the frozen glen.
We made our way up to the top here. Now we came part way up a groom trail that you can walk. It's fairly easy, but we wanted to get off a little bit and break trail ourselves some. We've come up to a lookout here that looks out across the valley below here, and I think we can see out to the Georgian Bay. Real nice sight. I can see it already, so we're going to walk out there and take a better look.
Wow, look at that view.
Oh man, is this fantastic. We're up here a long way.
Oh yeah. You can see the whole day.
Wow. Well, what do you think of this for an overlook? Chris, why don't you tell us where we're at and what we see out here?
Well, we're at the Scenic Caves. We're at the lookout. There's Georgian Bay in behind us. The whole valley. You can see all the way over to Barrie. It's something else.
We're a long way up here. Is this a real drop-off? It is a real drop-off right there. That's a bluff. That's a rock bluff going down right there. So.
Oh yeah, we're right on top of the Niagara Escarpment. It's one of Ontario's best views for sure.
Now, you mentioned we did pass a trail here that you're not supposed to use at this time of the year. What is that?
That's a cave, a trail that takes you down to Fat Man's Misery.
Okay. What's that name for?
Well, you have to come back and try it.
Okay. We can do that. This up in here now, we've got the snowshoe trails that come up this way. We've also got some cross-country trails up here too.
That's correct, yes.
And tell us a little bit about where they run.
We have 15 Ks of cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. Next year we'll hopefully double that. They run all through here, all the way over there through all the old maples and oaks. Yeah.
Now, people that are coming up this far, say on cross-country skis, are they actually skiing up to this point?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Powder, it's something else.
Okay, it really is. And like I said, you can walk on groom trails even with your snowshoes. That makes it quite a bit easier, especially if you're a beginner. But if you like to get into the deep powder, boy, it's here, and you can cut right through the woods getting here. Great sight. What do you say we walk on a little bit further?
Right on, thanks.
When we were on the trails, Chris informed us that we were trudging on about 3 feet of packed snow. We could only guess how deep the snow was off the trail. The breathtaking views are not only accessible by snowshoes, but also cross-country skis. The Nordic Center grooms over 21 kilometers of trail through the 150-year-old forest.
Production of Great Getaways is made possible in part by the Houghton Lake Visitors Bureau. It's said the early bird gets the worm, but in Roscommon County, the early worm gets the fish. With 3 lakes to fish, including Houghton, Higgins, and St. Helen Lake, you might want to bring your worms to catch our walleyes, bass, and panfish. State Building Company, serving Michigan for over 60 years with windows, insulation, roofing, and siding, including complete commercial and residential remodeling. Breathtaking landscapes, urban escapes, unique attractions, a wealth of events and festivals and rich culture. Experience them all in pure Michigan.